Hello children, welcome to CA session. Students, today we will start new chapter, chapter 2, types of hardware. In previous chapter we studied about overview of computer systems. Now today we will study about hardware of computer system. So hardware means the physical parts of computer system which we can touch. Okay, these devices are connected with the computer. So first of all, CPU means central processing unit. It is responsible to process the data. So whatever data is inserted inside the CPU is done with the help of input devices, and the result we can see on output devices. Now memory. There are two types of memory: primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is internal memory, and this primary memory is inside the CPU. Okay, this memory is fixed inside the CPU, and primary memory is also known as internal memory, or we can also call it main memory. This memory is of two types, RAM and ROM. Another one is secondary memory. Secondary memory means it will store data permanently. So there is only hard disk which is inside the computer, and it is known as secondary storage devices. Secondary memory is also known as auxiliary memory. Now all storage devices like hard disk, CD, DVD, pen drive. So hard disk you know very well, it can be internal, it can be external also. Nowadays external hard disks are also available, so which can be plugged in computer with the help of USB cable. CD you know very well, CD and DVD, they can be inserted, this can be inserted in CD drive, and DVD can be inserted in DVD drive. Pen drive, in the USB port you can connect directly. Now input devices. Input devices insert data inside the computer, like we can say mouse, keyboard, because with the help of these devices we can give instruction to computer. Then there is output device. Output device means the device on which we can see the output. So where we can see the output, that means it is monitor, printer. Okay, in monitor we can see the output, on printer we can get the printout of the output. Now memory in computer system. So here students, first of all CPU. CPU you know very well, it is known as brain of computer. So it is actually the real brain of the computer. CPU is a processor which is fitted inside the motherboard, inside the CPU cabinet. Okay, so CPU is actually behind all the processing. Any processing, any instruction which is carried out is done by CPU. CPU needs place to hold instructions. Okay, so here instructions are given to the CPU. According to that, the data is processed by the CPU. So that means instructions should be loaded somewhere, and data which is being processed should also be loaded somewhere. Okay, so that is why CPU needs the place to store the data and instructions at the time of processing. So this data is stored in the memory. So there are two types of memory. First of all, main memory, or it is also known as primary memory. So it will hold data and instructions at the time of processing. That means this memory is internal memory. It is fitted inside the CPU, and whichever data is being processed or instruction provided to the data will be stored temporarily inside the CPU. Now the second is auxiliary, secondary or external memory. Okay, it is known as auxiliary or secondary or external memory. So it will store data permanently. That means once we have processed the data, once we have prepared the document, if we want to store it on our computer, it will be stored in hard disk. Okay, hard disk or wherever we want, like in pen drive, CD, DVD, etc. And these files can be used later on. Once it is stored in the memory, means permanent memory, then it can be used later on, and it will be deleted if we want, otherwise it will be there for a long time. So this memory is known as permanent memory. Now students, we will discuss about units of memory. As data is stored inside the memory devices, how the data is occupied, we will discuss. So here computers store data in form of binary numbers. You are very much familiar with binary numbers. Binary numbers means bit Okay, either it will be 0 or 1, which is known as bit. So in memory we can store data in form of 0 or 1. Then internal characters are represented to group of bits. That means if there is a letter A or letter N or Z, any letter, these letters have been assigned a number, and then these numbers are converted into binary digits. Numbers can be converted into binary number and then can be understood by computer. Computer understands only bit. That means binary language. It understands only 0 and 1. It does not understand any other letter or symbol or number. So if there are numbers 0 to 9, they will be converted to binary digits and then computer will understand it. If there are letters, then letters will be given a number. Like A, B, C, D, these letters will be given some number and then these numbers will be converted into binary digits. So binary digits means there will be group of bits. Okay, so every character, symbol, they will be represented in the group of bits. Okay, so it depends on the encoding scheme used by the computer. So first encoding scheme is ASCII. That means its full form is American Standard Code of Information Interchange. So this is scheme. It represents a character as a group of 8 bits. If we are using ASCII encoding scheme, then there will be the group of 8 bits for a particular character. Or we can also call it a byte. 1 byte equals to 8 bit. So we can say it 8 bits or we can also say 1 byte. Now Unicode. So in this encoding scheme, the character will be represented by the group of 16 bits. That means 2 bytes. Okay, because 1 byte you know very well there are 8 bits. So 2 bytes means 16. 8 2s are 16. So 16 bits. Now we can understand it by the example Stephen. Stephen, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 letters are there. So in ASCII, as we know very well, one character represents 1 byte. So there are 6 characters in Stephen. So if there are 6 characters, then there will be total 6 bytes. Now in Stephen, if we consider Unicode encoding scheme, then in Stephen we know very well there are 6 characters and it stores 2 bytes for each. Okay, like here you can see 16 bits, 2 bytes. So 6 characters, 2 bytes, then we have to multiply. 6 2s are 12. It is 12 bytes. Okay, so this is the way of storing the encoding scheme. Okay, encoding schemes are of 2 types, ASCII and Unicode. So students, units of computer memory measurement. So 1 bit, that means bit, it can be either 0 or 1. Then 1 byte equals to 8 bits. 1 KB equals to 1024 bytes. 1 MB equals to 1024 KB. 1 GB equals to 1024 MB. 1 TB equals to 1024 GB. 1 PB equals to 1024 TB. And 1 EB is equal to 1024 PB. Okay, so here bit means binary digit, byte means byte only. Then KB, kilobyte. MB, megabyte. GB, gigabyte. TB, terabyte. Then PB, petabyte, and EB, exabyte. So these are various measurements in which the memory is available. Okay, so you might have heard about hard disk also, 1 TB hard disk. Okay, so then pen drive store data in MBs. So you can see the measurement, how it stores data. So students, I hope you understood this. Only this much for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.